Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4, and thank God that's over, Chelsea fans, because that was a scary, scary end to the game, especially when that header went in from that corner. Luckily, it was offside in the end, so we got away with it there, but that was definitely not one of our best performances. I thought we looked shaky, especially at the back. Those over the top through balls that they were playing just kept working for them. I thought we looked very shaky, and as soon as I saw that lineup, I was worried, and I'm not going to slate Rosenior because at the end of the day we won the game. But I don't ever want to see that five back, three back, whatever, in the future because it's clearly not working. We don't need to do that against Wrexham. We don't. I wouldn't even want us to play that if we were when we're playing Arsenal or when we're playing Liverpool, United, any of them, because we don't need to. The five at the back thing isn't something that these players are used to anyway. I mean, Sarah is, but a lot of these players in this squad aren't. It didn't work. And we looked lost at times, and I just thought I'd rather just play the fullback. And as soon as we went to the fullback, we looked a lot stronger. And I mean, look, I thought the whole of the back line looked dodgy at times. I mean, Hato looked alright. I thought he was a lot better going forward. But yeah, I mean, Tosin's not doing himself many favours at the moment. He's not putting in any great performances. Saar didn't do anything particularly wrong, but he didn't do anything particularly right. Um, so yeah, I definitely don't think that was one of our strong performances at all. Badiashile, same with Saar really. The whole back line, we just didn't look great, and they looked physically a lot more up for it than us defensively. But I mean, and even the midfield, Andre Santos, that was one of his great performances. Um, but look, going forward saved us in that game, especially when we brought on João Pedro. But before João Pedro even came on, the lap wasn't awful. I thought his hold up play was really good in this game. The layoff passes that he was doing were working quite well. I thought that was, again, Garnacho back to back good games for Chelsea now. So hopefully this form can continue for him. But I mean, Pedro Neto, um, I'm starting to get a bit fed up with him now. I think that these performances aren't great, and I saw maybe I wasn't seeing something that other people were because I've seen people praising Neto's performance, but I didn't think it was that great. He was doing the same thing every time that he usually used to do, where he just cuts in and then puts a cross in. But a lot of the crosses weren't great. Our crossing today, it wasn't just Neto, to be fair. A lot of our players, the crosses were woeful at times. I mean, luckily we ended up getting that goal from the cross for Garnacho's goal. Which, by the way, did anyone else think that wasn't in? I remember watching it. I was watching it at home with my family, and we thought it just hit the post, and I was like, oh no. And then I saw Garnacho go off celebrating. I thought, what's happened? But it seemed to just whack off the inside of the goal and go in. But yeah, it wasn't a great performance. But we're through to the quarterfinals. Look, watch us go and get Arsenal in the next round at this rate. But look, at the end of the day, we can only play against who we get put in front of. The next game now is PSG. We're not going to be playing that back line against PSG. If we were to, then I'll start saying your prayers now, Chelsea fans. But I can't I can't see us playing that back line anyway. It'll most likely be Fofana, Chalobah, Cucurella. And it's good to see Cucurella back now, and probably Reece James at right back, and that's why Reece got rested. And I'm glad he wasn't then brought on because we can't risk any injuries with him. We need him for those PSG games. Good to see Lavia again. I don't think Lavia was awful. Um, Definitely the best out of the midfield and the back line, but again, he didn't do anything special. It was just we were just Wrexham just seemed more a threat than us for a lot of the game, and maybe it's to do with the fact that we're also away from home. Wrexham fans are all behind them. They've got this fairy tale story. It's the FA Cup, but we just didn't look like we were up for it as much as them for a lot of the game. Luckily, I mean, the difference was the substitutions. As soon as he brought on João Pedro, we looked a lot stronger. As soon as he brought on the two academy players, we looked a lot stronger. Just because they seemed like they wanted it. A lot of these, I don't know if it's something coming from the higher ups where we seem to not be bothered about the FA Cup as much as we're bothered about getting the top five because you get more money for getting top five and all that. But we need to win a trophy this season. I say need. Obviously, it's more of a want. We don't need to. Rosini's not going to get fired if he doesn't win a trophy. But as Chelsea fans, you do want to see us win a trophy sometime soon. We won the Conference League, we won the Club World Cup, but you want to see us win a trophy that we can say we've won that against all the other English teams. You can't get, other fans from other clubs saying, "Oh, well, you won the Club World Cup, but we weren't in it and we weren't in it." FA Cup, we want to go and win that and say, "Look, you were in it and we won it." But I do think that next round we have to play better than that, and it's going to get harder. I mean, obviously, it's going to get harder the further you go into it, but especially with the more games you play as well. If you get further in the Champions League, then we've got Premier League games, and then we've got FA Cup games, then of course it's going to get tougher and we're going to have to rotate more. But seeing 9 changes to the squad isn't something that fills me with much confidence. Before, when I saw that lineup beforehand, 9 changes to a squad, to a lineup, I just thought, no, this is they're not going to play. I just knew from then on that it's gonna be a tough game. And I said before the game as well over on our TikTok, True Blues TV, that I think it's going to be a tight game. I actually predicted a 3-1, so I got the goal range of the 2 goals right, but just not the right score. But I knew it would be tight because we're away from home. It's the FA Cup. We saw Arsenal just scrape it against Mansfield just before that, so I thought it's not going to be an easy game. Wrexham are just going to sit like they did and then try these long balls, and they might work at times, they might not, and it happened to work. That long ball, by the way, that they did where they scored from, Sanchez, what is he doing there with the hesitation? If you're going to come out, come out. And I think he should have. If he had the time to, just sprint out. If you get chipped, fine. At least you've then committed to coming out instead of going forward, then coming back and sort of trying to reshuffle yourself. I'm not saying that Sanchez was the sole person to blame for that goal. He wasn't. It was the defender, and I think it was Tosin's man got over him and he was through. I mean, how the long balls are working when we've got three centre backs on the pitch and those long balls are working like that. It was just, yeah. But you're going to get games like that in the FA Cup. At least you managed to just get the win in the end. It was tough, but yeah, I mean the red card definitely helped us. But I've seen talk online about how was it a red card, but I think this is more just people wanted to see this fairy tale of Wrexham go through. They beat one of the big dogs. They're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and they were in, not even League Two a few years ago, and all this stuff. But if you put your bias aside, especially Man United fans, about how we hate Garnacho, just because the foul was on Garnacho, if the foul was on any other player, you'd probably be saying it was a red card. Or maybe not because you want it to be the Wrexham fairy tale. But that was an obvious red card for me. The way, how quickly he went into that challenge, and if you watched just before, the freeze frame that's going around on Twitter doesn't even do it justice, because the freeze frame is after he's already made the connection. But before that, you can see his studs are in, going up. The rules are the rules at the end of the day. The rules override fairy tales and some crazy win in the FA Cup. VAR's there. Whether you like it or not, VAR's been there for every team in this round of the FA Cup. And I think, look, it helped us, but I think it was a red card anyway. If it was the other way around, I'd be saying the Chelsea player's stupid for making the challenge. So yeah, I think it was a red card. Let me know what you think of that. Comment below. Am I just being biased? But I don't know if I'm seeing something that other people aren't, and maybe it's me, but I think that's an obvious red card personally. But look, at the end of the day, it helped us in the end. I thought, yeah, João Pedro was the game changer for me in that game. Garnacho put in a great performance, so hopefully more of them to come. For me, player of the match was Garnacho. I think they ended up giving it to the Wrexham goal scorer, but I personally think Garnacho deserved the man of the match. The whole game, just doing a lot similar to what he was doing to Aston Villa, just using his pace at his advantage, and the finish was really good for his goal as well. That's not an easy one to control. And if we can score more goals like that, great. But a lot of our crosses, like I said, they need to be worked on. We've got the tall player. We've got Delap in there that's physical. We've got players like João Pedro, who we've seen score headers. He scored a great header against West Ham. He's got a good head on him, so why not just try the crosses? And Pedro Neto seems to want to cut in and cross a lot. Well, if you're going to do that, at least make sure they're good crosses. But yeah, for me, next game against PSG we've got coming up, it's going to be a huge one. There'll be a pre-match preview on TikTok and a post-match reaction on here on our YouTube, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And then when we build up enough of a following, we'll definitely be doing some watch-alongs. But yeah, obviously we need to build up to that anyway. But yeah, I think for that game, I would like to see Garnacho start it, personally, and maybe that's me being reactionary because he had a couple of good performances, but I think that he'd be great for that kind of game in the PSG game. Having someone quick running at them is the kind of thing we need. I don't want to see Pedro Neto on the left side, Palmer on the right. I want Palmer on the right, I want Enzo in the middle, and I want Garnacho on the left. Because Garnacho, he's put in 2 good performances there. Back-to-back games, he could have scored in the Aston Villa game. That'd be back-to-back games of goals. So yeah, definitely make sure. I think he's earned the right to start. So yeah, got Dex pinging off. It's the Wrexham fans. They're telling me it's not a red card. But yeah, I think that it's going to be a tough game going into the PSG game. But yeah, hopefully we can just go in there and win it. PSG aren't in great form at the moment, so yeah, there'll be definitely a pre-match preview on TikTok and maybe one on YouTube as well. We'll see what happens, but yeah, great win overall today. Happy with the Chelsea performance. Hopefully we can keep on getting further in the FA Cup, because I definitely think it's a trophy we should be trying to win, no matter what the higher ups at Chelsea say. It's definitely one we should be trying to win. So yeah, well done Chelsea. You got the win. It was not an easy one. But we won it, and sometimes you're going to get games that are scrappy, so we can't be too hard on the players. But yeah, please not that again. Let's win our next games comfortably, please. But yeah, well done Chelsea, got the win. Come on, and be sure to like, subscribe for more videos coming out. Like I said, there'll be more post-match reactions for games. Hopefully, eventually some watch-alongs as well. So yeah, be sure to subscribe. It goes a long way for us as well. Be sure to like, comment your opinions on the game as well. And yeah, thank you for watching.